there, I am Andrea Beck, the Registered Dietitian at SSM Health here in Shawnee, and I'm also a personal trainer here. Today I'm going to talk to you about calories in and calories out and the whole just equation and how that even works. So I get asked a lot, like how am I supposed to know how many calories I need? What if I want to lose weight? What if I just want to maintain my weight? What if I'm trying to gain weight, gain some muscle? How do I know how much I need? So there's actually an equation that I use to figure out somebody's calorie needs. That is based off your height, your weight, your age, how active you are, and then if you do want to lose weight, maintain, or gain muscle. So all of that depends on how many calories you need. So it really is a little bit of math behind it. But if you're wanting to just get started and jumpstart right into it, I highly recommend using Spark People, Spark People. It is a free app. It's a free website, and there's tons out there that are all great. That's just the one that I'm most familiar with. And so Spark People is a great way to track your calories and to see how many you should be having. So you would go in, you would sign up, make your own account, you would put in your age, your height, your weight. It will ask you if you have an active day or a sedentary kind of work day. Do you sit all day at a work position, or are you active with it? It's then going to ask you, what is your weight goal? Are you trying to lose, maintain, or gain? So typically my recommendations are that if you have somewhere to lose, around 100 pounds or more to lose, then you can put it at 2 pounds per week for weight loss. If you have less than that, and even 50 pounds or less to lose, then I want you to put it at 1 pound per week. So it is very helpful to lose the weight slowly and just let it slowly come off, so then that way it stays off. No crazy dieting, no crazy exercising, just getting that good calorie number in. So then that way you're seeing that, and then you're kind of constantly lose that weight, and that will really help you from plateauing and stopping to lose your weight. So if you have a lot to lose, you can plug in that you need to lose 2 pounds a week. But if it's less than that, you would want to put in 1 pound a week. And I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but 1 pound every single week really adds up. So in just a couple of months, in 3 months, you've lost more than 10 pounds. Think about how many months you've gone with staying the same weight and trying to lose, or gaining at a time that you've been trying to lose. So that even though it's slow and steady, it is really beneficial to keep it off. So there is an equation to it. I would highly recommend you checking out Spark People. They do have the app as well, and I've used it myself. It was very helpful for me in my journey when I was in college of learning about calories and how many calories is in something. There's just really no way to know until you look it up. It's actually pretty surprising when you look at some things. You might be shocked on how little something has or how much something has, but you really don't know until you look it up. So if somebody is trying to lose weight, I take away 500 calories a day. So what that adds up to is 500 calories a day, 7 days a week, is 3,500, and that's exactly what a pound weighs. And so if you take the amount of calories that you need to maintain your weight, take away 500 calories, then you're automatically taking away a pound per week. And Spark People does that for you, as other apps and websites do as well. So that just does that for you to where it's taking away the pound a week. So that's where that 500 calorie deficit comes from. So there are 3 ways to have a 500 calorie deficit. One is to take it all away from nutrition. Say that you need 2,000 calories to just maintain your weight. If you take that down to 1,500, then every week you'll be losing a pound a week. let's say that you want to do it by exercise only. You don't want to change your diet at all. You want to keep it at 2,000 and you want to do it by exercise only. So then that would have it to where you're burning 500 calories every day. That can be tricky and that can be hard. That would be around the equivalent of doing 5 miles of something, of some type of cardio every single day to burn the 500. So my favorite is doing a combination of the two. Burn a half of it and then eat half of less. So then if you went out and burned 250 calories during a walk, a bike ride, a swim, lifting weights, so many ways, going to an exercise class, if you burn 250 calories, then you only need to eat a 250 calorie deficit because that adds up to 500. So that makes it a lot more doable. It's not drastic. It's a little bit of eating less and it's a little bit of exercising more. And so then you get that combination. So if you are exercising, I do recommend that you try to eat, usually you try to eat about 2 hours before your workout, and that will provide your energy. Now, this is really different for everybody, and I personally do my workout very first thing in the morning. My alarm goes up, I get up and I go work out. So in that case, there's no food there. But for me, I found that it doesn't sit well in my stomach. So I exercise a lot better on that empty stomach, but I have to do it immediately because I don't want to be up for a long time not eating. So then if I'm up for a long time and it's during the day workout, then there needs to be a meal or a snack about 2 hours ahead of time. So then that way you get the fuel from the food, but it's also being digested. So then I have what is called your power hour. Your power hour is the hour after your workout. So ideally within an hour after your workout, you are eating, and it's going to be ideally something that provides you a protein with something that provides you a carbohydrate. Because during your workout, you are burning carbs, glycogen for energy, and you are breaking down your muscles. The protein goes in and builds those muscles up, and then the carbohydrate goes in and replaces that glycogen that was burned. One example would be a smoothie. If you made a smoothie that had protein powder and fruit in there, the fruit would provide you the carbohydrate, the protein powder would provide you the protein. It could be your meal. Maybe there's protein at the meal, and then you would have vegetables at the meal, and then your carbohydrate could be a sweet potato, beans, peas, quinoa, brown rice, whole grains, oats, all fruit. All of those are examples of what that carb could be. So you're taking the protein and then you're combining it with the carb to have both to replenish that power hour after your workout. So it is very helpful to not skip meals. It actually slows down your metabolism if you skip a meal, especially if it's during the day, you're using your body, you're at work, you're with the kids, you're doing something. If you're using your body and there's no fuel there, that is actually more harmful for your body than just thinking of it as less calories in. So our bodies are exactly the same as they were when we were cavemen. They're the exact same bodies, the same makeup. So basically, they didn't know when they were going to get food. And when they did, they didn't know how much they were going to get. They didn't know when they would eat again. There was no refrigeration for leftovers. So they ate all that they could at that moment. And then they didn't know when they were going to eat again. And they were able to survive that way. So the way that their bodies were able to survive is that their body took all that food and stored it inside. It didn't allow it to hardly burn because it needed it. It needed to store it. So the idea of eating every 3 to 4 hours, you're using food, burning it, using food, burning it. Versus if you are skipping lunch and being active all day, by the time you get dinner, it's going to use it and store it. So you need to get your body out of that storage state and more into a use state. It needs to use those calories. So that's where the idea is of eating every 3 to 4 hours. So ideally you would have 3 meals and 1 to 2 snacks. One snack fits in my schedule. For some people, 2 do. And so if you've had, let's say, lunch and it's been 3.5 hours and you know it's going to be a while until dinner, that's the perfect time to grab a snack. So you want to have those 3 meals spread out and your snack to where it's all spread out. There's no need to be eating every hour or 2. It needs to be at least 3, but at the same time, you don't want to go over 4. So you want to take those calories that you need and spread them all out in your day. If you just have a bit, if you're somebody who skips meals all day, comes home and has all those massive calories at dinner, it's all going to be stored, and so it can't be used. I love the analogy of our bodies are like a car. So you put fuel in your car. Your car needs it to run all day. Your body is a car. You're driving your vessel. You are using your vessel all day long, and it has to have fuel. It has to have fuel. So if you're not putting fuel in it all day, coming home, parking your car in the garage, and then putting fuel in it so much so that all this fuel is just overflowing, then there's nowhere for it to go. So it just stores. It doesn't matter if you have too much fat, if you have too much protein, if you have too much carbs. It's too much. Whatever it is, it's too much. If you have an excess of anything, it all gets stored as fat. It's how our bodies survive. It takes anything that it gets extra in excess and stores it as fat. So I hope that was helpful. You need your calories. Don't go too extreme. I will put this as a side note. If you're not sure, if you don't want to really do an app, know that the minimum recommendation for women is 1,200 and the minimum recommendation is 1,800 for men. That's the absolute minimum. And that would be for somebody who didn't have a lot of weight to lose. So it can be very misunderstanding that I need to eat very, very little. That's not usually the case. So think about how many calories you need. Don't go under your minimum. Check out something like Spark People. Plug in all of those numbers so you can see it. You can track it. If your weight loss goal, if your goal is weight loss, it will take away 500 calories a day for you. You're eating about 2 hours before a workout, but you're also eating within 1 hour, the power hour, following the workout, and not skipping any meals. So food is fuel. Food is fuel. Think about that. Food is fuel. You're running your car, eating every 3 to 4 hours, having 3 meals and a snack in your day. All right, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.